What is up, everybody? What is going on? I almost gave that intro to Brian too. I gave him a pick of which intros he wanted, and I was gonna give it to him, and he said no, I like the other one. So I was like, thank God, because I like that one. But we are here to talk about lanterns. We're doing episode 1 today. I know you guys are like, oh, episode 2 dropped, but yeah, I forgot to do it on Sunday, so we're doing episode 1 today, and then we'll do episode 2 before episode 3 drops, just so that we're caught up. So, Danny, first off, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on my channel, The Road to Wisdom, on Mondays and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesdays on the Hangout at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Storms Live on Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the first 3 Mondays of the month, along with me, Nzo, Jen, and Chris Knight on our shows on Khaos Central.
Absolutely. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
I don't do all that shit. That's crazy. Y'all work too hard. Y'all work too hard, too much.
Every time I cut on, I see Spoiler King. Oh my God.
And it's funny too, because Brian said that shit last night, and I'm like, Brian, you on like every stream I do except for like 3. So what are we talking about? And then when I'm not streaming, you streaming. So you just
I clicked on y'all last night. I was like, man, no, I don't know nothing about Negan. I don't care about Negan.
Next. Jen, tell the people where they can find you.
What up, everybody? You guys can find me making videos with Nerdy AF. You can find me guest hosting with Sci-Fi Vision as well as Real Cinema Therapy. But most important, you can catch me with Big Afford Entertainment and his crazy, lovely crew, and on Khaos Central and with Danny and just these guys. They've taken me in, and I love them. They're my kings. What can I say?
100%. Chris is the jester, but Chris, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
I ain't the jester. Don't get this wrong, man. I am Chris Knight, Real Review 3000. Of course, Khaos Central, like you guys said. Lots of other places to find me there. Looking forward to talking about lanterns.
Yes. And Mr. War.
We got all the colors and sexes covered.
100%.
We are politically correct.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. But Chris is the DEI hire though. Warren, tell me where they can find you, sir.
Nowhere but here.
Yes,
Warren is the DEI hire.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that because Warren's black. We're not too sure, but we think he's black, so I didn't really want to say that. I figured Chris would be a better representation of DEI. He's the brightest one in the room, you know?
He's blue.
Yeah, facts. What up, Collector Movie Man? He said, hey, Nzo. He said, did you watch episode 2 last night when they got you thought it was trash? I'm guessing he's saying you probably thought. No, I do not think the show is trash. I do not. I just want more from it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Oh, shit.
Wow.
Okay, listen.
Episode 2 was better than episode 1.
I agree.
I haven't seen 2
That's
yet.
what Danny said. That's what everybody said. I'm like, I liked episode 1. But here's my problem, all right?
Happy to see him fly. Okay, you're doing something superhero. Thank you, Lord. That's what I'm going to say.
I like to stay consistent when I talk about my stuff, and I don't mind. I always do. I always do. Now, I don't. Okay, so you guys know how I feel about grounded in real life. Now, this isn't grounded in real life. There's Green Lantern stuff, but they ain't doing no Green Lantern stuff.
We done saw him fly.
Well,
we saw him fly.
You said they weren't doing no Green Lantern stuff. You see him charging the ring. You saw him use a construct.
Yes, there are 100%. I get it. It's not on the same levels as the Penguin. That's for sure, right?
Oh my God! I can't believe what I'm hearing.
What? The Penguin was hands down grounded in reality, just like the Batman was, and nobody wants to see that shit, right? I want to see supernatural stuff. Listen, if I want to watch a True Detective show, I'll watch True Detective. I want to see Green Lantern stuff. You know what I mean? Don't say it, Brian.
So many details.
I have a question.
Yes,
but so fire for specifically what Jon Stewart is doing and the details of what's going on with how, as you read, if you're a comic book reader and you like the show, the things that they're doing, they're planting seeds.
Yes,
are going to bloom.
100%.
Beautiful fucking flower.
I get that. but give me some Green Lantern shit. They only did a fucking. He took the ring and he lit a cigarette. He made a fucking can opener, a little shield, and a fucking bird. That's all they've done
And
with.
money.
Nope.
Oh, and the
Yes.
money. Ooh.
And he recharged it with the lantern that was in this
In that
second this other
mansion.
Yeah,
space.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was
Yeah,
cold as hell. Right, like he
yeah,
went
that's
into
fine.
that,
Yeah, that's fine. But bring me some Green Lantern shit. All
and
right.
we saw the
You are.
uniform,
You want to see some
and we
action.
saw
That's what you
he
want to
Yes,
see.
put the uniform on,
yes,
and then
yes.
he flew out to Sinestro.
And
Like
and then when we got some action, it was just John Stewart fighting regular guys like Vin Diesel would be doing. You know what I mean? Like I want to see someone fighting with the rings. I want to see constructs. That's what I want to see. Now I'm not saying it's trash. I'm just waiting until we get some good stuff. And I feel like, again, I said this earlier, because it's a TV series, you're only gonna get a few episodes where we're gonna actually see like major constructs and stuff like that because of the budget, right? You don't want to go over your budget. That's why a lot of these shows,
So, so
you don't
Hanzo,
see
you
a
ain't saying
lot.
it's trash. You just saying it's trash-ish.
So I decided I was, I was, I decided I was going to level my trash talk, right? Because I think just trash is. So we got trash, we got hot trash, and
Okay.
we got stinking hot trash. All right. Now this show is neither of them. Okay, I'm just saying that out there, but it's borderlines up
It's
there.
it's garbage. Is it that?
No, 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 no. It's not even garbage. I do like it. I do like
Yeah.
it. I do like it. I just want more from it. But we're gonna get into that. So we'll get into our overall thoughts. First off, Danny, give us your overall thoughts. Let me just say what's up. Monique is in the house. Thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. He said, "Did you watch episode 2?" We did, which we will discuss on Thursday. It's just that we didn't do episode
Friday.
1. Friday. My bad. Yeah, yeah. Friday. Friday. I bet by the end of the season, Anzo's going to say it's trash. It depends on what they do at the end of the season, though,
and
right?
I talk about this. Look, I will say
Yeah.
this. I think I said all these things. I feel they're planting the seeds. This could be a fire ass show,
Right.
but they can fuck it up on the last episode. If they don't stick the landing,
They've done
it
that
could
before.
definitely be trash. It can be that
Right.
but we
Secret
won't
invasion.
know what it's going to be until I think they're doing the right steps.
The issue is that they're playing that, like a lot of these adaptations when it comes to comics, they're playing the fence between we want to bring newcomers and we want all them old comic book
Yes.
heads. And when they try
Yes.
to play that fence and then realize that some of the shit from the 50s, the 70s, they need to modernize it, that's where it kind of falls off. So we'll see, because right now they're running 3 different timelines, right? Or at least 2 different timelines that
Yeah.
we're more focused on. So they need to kind of bring it up to speed. And I think they're doing that because they're trying to get people that have no idea about the comics or
Governments,
smoke too
yeah.
much weed and don't remember that shit from when they were 12 and we're like in our 40s now. So I kind of get why they're doing it, but they need to bring it together for the ending and land it and not fuck it up like fucking X-Men season 2.
Yes, exactly. That sounded like you were talking about yourself, though, with the smoking too much weed and forget it. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? And I get
I
it.
had to go
She said
back to the
never.
nation. I was like, oh yeah, I almost forgot all about that. Damn, oh, that's right. Damn, I smoked too much weed. Yeah, it is true.
Fact. What up, cousin? That now, here's the thing, and I know we're not talking about episode 2, but they showed a lot of setup that they could be doing in episode 2, which I like the setup. I'm like, yeah, this could be fire 100% if they do this. I just again,
Episode 1 was such of a just general start. We could have done episode 1 and 2 and no question because it's
Yeah, yeah.
literally it's very general. It was very bland. Like it was very like we're not going to f this up because we just starting it. It felt like a pilot.
Yes.
yeah, exactly, yeah,
And I
100%.
like the
It did.
double play on the name and the meaning with how like it was and it was called Pilot, and that's exactly what it felt like, Brian. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go, Danny. What are your overall thoughts of this first episode?
Without going into two, one was definitely not good as episode two. But what you got to do, and I think Jimmy had said this earlier. I'm not sure who said it, but for the newcomers that don't know, you have to lay down the groundwork. You have to lay down this terminology I use since you two world building. And you got to start building the world and start getting invested in the characters. So I think that what it was doing on the first episode, getting us invested, knowing about John Stewart, knowing the issue between him and Hal Jordan. It seems Hal is an old uh, veteran and kind of got the attitude with this junior thing and all this kind of stuff, kind of disrespectful a little bit. But I think at the same time he's trying to kind of feel John out. John's a new hot shot on the block. You can tell the difference in their personalities. One is serious, one is more of a maverick. So you get that kind of like that Mel Gibson, Danny Glover kind of partnership. But again, I think number one, the first episode was just laying the groundwork, getting people familiar with the characters that don't know about the Green Lantern history, whatever. So it wasn't exciting, but I think it was necessary to get people, at least that don't know, okay, this is so and so, this is so and so. And they sprinkle a little bit of the construct so we can see that Hal Jordan is, in fact, he has a power, but we haven't seen it full blast like we're accustomed to.
Right.
And I give you a prime example. When we saw Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that first episode was fire. It came out the gate. So I think the MCU kind of spoils the fans because a lot of these shows come out the gate fast, and when it comes out slow, then sometimes we'd be like, it's not good. It's trashish. It's garbage. But you just gotta sometimes we gotta let that slow burn mature. And I agree 100% with Nzo said. Usually by that third episode, you know whether or not you're gonna be invested in it. I believe 100%. I'm gonna watch these 8 episodes, and it's gonna get better and better each episode.
I believe so. I believe so too. Brian?
I don't think it's gonna do
Oh,
like
go ahead.
X-Men. 'Cause I know y'all wasn't too fond of the last episode of X-Men. Y'all wasn't happy overall. Y'all gave it. Some of y'all dropped 3-letter grades. I didn't do that, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. And I don't think we're gonna see another version of Secret Invasion, which was fire in the last episode.
I hope not. I really hope not. Brian, go ahead. Yeah, we know. The ring isn't the real power. Yeah, they're showing that. I got you. Go ahead, Brian.
There's problems with the first episode. They miss a line and kind of just miss the whole point of the classic heroes. They missed the depth like of the character. I think they try to do different things, but you don't necessarily hit very well. I don't think they understand the inexperience. They don't really highlight the inexperience of John Stewart to really understand why he's the way he is, or the way he was brought up, or if they put anything into architecture or anything into. There's just a lot of little missing things I feel like that they did in the episode. I feel the same thing with Hal. There's things about him that are incredible, and I don't think they highlight that very well. Especially if they're starting from 94, 96 to 2026. I feel like they missed some pieces when we're going into the specific Green Lanterns. And for a starting of a show, they could have shown us something and then went back to the beginning and then kind of gone through the depths. And I feel like they missed out on a few of those things. They're really downplaying the idea of the space cop. That's what a freaking Green Lantern really is. It's really a space cop. And they really didn't understand how. I didn't like the way they did the storytelling, and I don't like true detective, crime noir, true crime type of stuff. I just don't like playing us stupid sometimes. And I feel like they're doing that, and I have some issues with episode 1.
I do too. And I think one of the major issues that I have is the way they treat him, but we'll get into that when I get into my negatives. But to your point, Brian, just to let you know that I believe episode 3 is going to be a John Stewart flashback episode.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll get that information that you want. Will that change your perspective of this episode if it's good?
This is exactly what I said about this episode too. So I feel like this is one of those episodes when they do things and you want to appreciate how good it is until you get into episode 3, 4, 5. If you get to 5, you can go back to 1 and say, well, I gave it a B-, but now I can see it's a B+. But we have to see if we get there. I can't give him credit for something. That's like saying, this kid's going to be really smart on this next test. I'm going to give him extra credit on it, even though he hasn't done it yet. No, I want to see you do it. Then I'll go back and revise my grade.
Absolutely. Collector asks, question for everyone. What's your favorite Green Lantern in the comic? John Stewart. For
No,
obvious reasons. You know what I mean? For obvious reasons. Of course you would say Hal Warren.
no, it's
Uh,
not Guy Gardner. What's wrong with you?
oh my God.
You like
Uh, why did I invite him on the stream?
Oh, he's my
Uh,
least favorite
well, because
character.
Hmm.
he's unorthodox. He's not gonna play by the rules. So you need someone like that.
no one's going. Only when John Stewart plays by the rules,
I
but he
Thank
agree.
you.
bends them a little bit. He does. He does bend them a
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
more than Guy.
No, but Hal does too. Hal doesn't even fucking listen to the Guardians. He never does.
Nobody. Batman doesn't even like the fact that Batman does not like Guy Gardner says a lot about him.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's something too about what you said about the Guardians, which we'll probably get to more in episode 2. Um, but yeah, no, well, we could talk about it because I think there's a mention in this episode, but we'll talk about it later. Jen, your overall thoughts. Hold on. Sean said Lanterns is a good alien investigation show, but it's a bad Green Lantern show. That said, if you can mentally divorce any comic knowledge, it can be interesting. I just wish it respected the source material. What
I
up,
think it will.
Fletcher? How you doing?
Hey,
I think
Fletch.
I think it will though. I will tell you this. I think they're putting seeds that it's going to pay off later. But I can't give you credit for it. It might pay off later. I just can't give you that credit yet.
You have to see it first. Absolutely. Is this show any good? It's about the Green Lantern. Haven't checked it out. Hugs, everybody. Yeah, I think you would like it, Fletch. I think you would like it. Jen, your overall thoughts?
I had to go back and rewatch, like kind of catch up on like my Green Lantern knowledge, and go back and watch episode 1. And after hearing the show, like I had to listen to where the showrunners were kind of going with it for me to appreciate it and kind of realize that it was going to go in this true crime detective, and they were doing it that way. And then when I watched it a second time, it just made it really relatable, even though that's not what I wanted, but it made it relatable. Like, you have us that are in our like 30s, 30s and 40s, and we're getting older, and you got the boomers that don't want to let go of shit. Right? Even though they're kind of their time is starting to come, they need to move on. They don't want to let go of anything. They're fucking assholes compared to what they were 20 years ago when they actually cared about shit. Now you're just like kind of like that grumpy old man, and that's kind of what they're giving us in this. So I did kind of start to appreciate it, knowing that that was the direction they were going with it, because it kind of took me from a shock. Because I kind of agree, you kind of have to divorce yourself from what you know of the comic books. I don't think it's bad, because looking at it that way, I'm gonna have to realize there's got to be a lot of structure set up in order for people to understand where it's going. Because again, they're kind of catering to both sides: people that know the comics and people that have never seen that shit. It just looks like a fire trailer, and they want to get into it. So I'm starting to appreciate it more after seeing episode 2 on kind of where it's going. But I agree with Brian; they kind of are missing some points, some things I wanted to see, some details I think would have probably hit a little harder to catch maybe some of like the old heads that know the comics that have hooked us better. I think a lot of us are like, all right, we're gonna watch it, we'll keep watching it to see where it goes, but it didn't really hook us like it did a lot of the newbies, right? The newbies thought it was fire because it's a lot of what you see now on the screen, like the way they're writing it. So knowing that now, I can appreciate it a little bit better, but it's still off to a slower start. It's set up, it's kind of gumming, so I'm not hating it, but at first I didn't love it either. I kind of need to see where it's going for me to really be more invested into it. I'm gonna watch it regardless, but yeah, I needed to stick the landing and to kind of get into more things. But I did like that they're starting to set up like where the power comes from and why Hal's the way he is. They haven't explained it yet, but it brings up all those questions like, why is he that way now? And I like that it's planted those little seeds, because those newbies are going to want to know what the fuck happened. And even some of us comic people are like, where are you going with this? So it kind of still keeps us hooked, even though it might not necessarily make us happy and give us exactly what we want, but it's kind of still hooking us. So I'm good with it for right now. Not the best show, but not the worst by far.
Oh, 100%. What about you, Chris? Overall thoughts? Oh, go ahead. Who's gonna say them? Danny?
I just looked it up. It's $18 million per episode.
What?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the whole
But when you
the whole season is 144 million. So they giving them a movie budget.
a little bit, but when you check on it, right, go look at the budget of some of the Star Wars TV shows, and you'll see the bigger difference on that. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
Game of Thrones is 25 million per episode.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why. Chris, go ahead with your overall thoughts.
I think that I mean, you guys all make good points. I'm not gonna judge it totally yet. Yes, there's things that I don't know. Let me go this way. Being in a non-linear format where they kind of jump around and they're showing different things, it's hard to really grasp exactly, do they understand the characters the way that we understand the characters, and are they going to explain that, or are they purposely holding stuff back? Because, and I think, Brian, you kind of alluded to this, is that we might see something later on that makes it like, okay, that solves that issue that I have right now. Definitely the second episode helped that things along. I would definitely say that as far as what we've gotten from DC so far, minus maybe Peacemaker the first season, this is definitely the best thing so far. I like this better than Superman so far, even. And again, that's because of the acting. You guys, I know you said the disrespect for the space cop idea. Well, he's in a freaking Nebraska or an Oklahoma town, a small town. You got. I mean, they're all going to treat him like that. I mean, have you ever been in a small, like, Nebraska, Texas, Oklahoma town with a sheriff, and it's like the only thing going on around there?
Chris, you see how black I am? No.
Yeah.
I'll be in
Hey,
jail
you know
right
what?
now.
You know what? They do have black people there. Just gonna
No,
tell
they
you
do,
that.
and most of
Because
them.
if they didn't, they wouldn't have good basketball and they wouldn't have good football. So just get it right.
Question.
Go
People
ahead,
like
Joe.
do people like Colin Powell's, like something like that, like Colin Powers? Is that really like a black person? I mean, I know, like, do you really consider?
Facts.
I'm just saying.
Facts.
I'm just saying.
Facts.
Anyways,
You're probably right. He's not.
I will hold my total thoughts on this episode until not this episode, but the whole season
That was a series here.
later. But I will say this: I am intrigued enough to continue to watch, and I like, again, the one thing DC's done since James Gunn has taken over is he has found the right actors
I agree.
or actresses.
I agree.
So this right now, I'm watching. I'm like, okay, I'm getting what I want. The writing seems to be on point right now. It's slow, I get it, and there's some things they need to hurry up and get to. But right now, I'm satisfied with what we're getting.
And
I got you. Warren, what about you? Your overall thoughts?
Oh, welcome. So,
Yes, you get to speak now. Speak.
So a couple things. There's this syndrome going around, right, where people want everything in one
Here
episode.
we go.
So I gotta kind of agree with Chris here. It's like, do you want, when Thanksgiving comes out, the meal comes out, do you eat everything at one time, or do you take a portion, you take a portion, you eat?
No, you eat everything at one time. You go fill up your plate, bro. What are we
Yeah,
talking
like,
about?
what are you talking about? No one goes.
everything on my plate
Because-
first time.
Hey,
Yes, 'cause if you go-
really quick, time out.
Go back, the food's gone.
Time out.
worst
Time out. Really quick. I take back everything I said since Warren agrees with it. Please just disregard.
So we go with that. So I'm gonna say I like it. I'm not gonna be a judge of it for now. Is it slow? Yeah, it's like X-Files meets Lethal Weapon, in the sense of you got two different. What I mean is you got a bad cop, good cop, or a serious cop in Aaron Pierre playing Jon Stewart, and then you got that other guy, I forgot his name, playing Hal. But I actually saw his name, but then I forgot it today.
Chandler.
Chandler something. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So again, good choice on actors for one. I like the Pulp Fiction effect. What I mean is they go from past, present, future, and then they leave you with future. But now we know we're going back to the past, the present now. So that means at some point we're gonna see the past again, because we did see him in his uniform, which is which I'm kind of like, you're like, oh, we need to see more Green Lantern, buddy. We got him in his green suit. Granted, it was half of his suit, but it was his green suit. We couldn't even get Daredevil in his suit by episode 5. Like, what are we talking about here? We couldn't
Okay.
even get
And that's the problem. Yes, we got him in the suit. But what did he do in the suit? Nothing. He sat and did a freaking
Oh, you
interview.
see what I mean? You got your candy, but now you want the whole freaking
But he
pot.
won't even wear the suit anymore. That freaking
I know.
episode was like from 15 years ago. That shit don't
Yeah,
count.
facts.
It doesn't
Well,
fucking
well,
Facts.
count.
but
Doesn't count.
I'm gonna say they're probably gonna build something into why he doesn't do it anymore.
I
Yeah,
know
of
we're not
Yeah,
talking
course.
yeah.
about episode 2,
So
but he
so
won't
yeah.
wear it because he doesn't know how to pee out of it. Bro, you
Mm.
can't make a
Well,
construct
that
to
was
put
a
a zipper
stupid
on it.
joke.
Yeah,
That's a
whatever.
James Gunn joke, and that's what I heard
I
right when
know.
I said
Yeah,
that's James Gunn right there. That's a
Uh,
pretty
Yeah, it
James
is.
I
Gunn
thought it
joke.
was a. I thought
that
it was.
makes sense.
I thought it was good. So I'm not. I'm not. I like the whole. Also, the fact that the John Stewart is trying to like think he's like a little bit ahead of him, and then he realized he's making rookie mistakes. So I like that aspect. We're getting two dynamics right. So that's really good to see. So I'm gonna let it soil. I'm not a Green Lantern fan, so I'm gonna be very biased here. I don't think Green Lantern's a bad character, but I just want to say that now so that nobody think I'm picking sides or anything. I like his powers, but he's not my favorite DC character. But for now, what we got was pretty good. I mean, we got a little bit of powers, we got a little bit of what this story is, what it's sort of building to. Rather, I haven't seen episode 2, so I can't say what episode 2 is to get more. But I think by episode, because I don't know how many episodes are in the season. Can someone clarify that?
8.
8.
So
Hey,
Yeah.
I think by episode 4 we can now. I would say the best thing is to go in the midway, and then come back and say how it was episode 1, because I don't think
Mm.
it's fair to judge episode 1 right now until we hit the halfway point. I mean, it's
I
good
get you.
it's good to have your critiques. I think everybody's correct to have their opinion, but episode 4 will be like, okay, we know we see what you were planning, right? So that's
I-
my opinion.
I'll give you episode 4 because we already know that episode 3 is going to be a flashback type episode. So I'll give you episode 4, 100%. And I'm not worried about the show being trash. I'm not. Again, I just want to see, and I know Jen knows this because you watched my reviews of Monarch, right? The
Yes.
last one, and I think that was one of my concerns. Was like we're not getting enough of the you know the Titans and stuff
Right.
like that. So I just want to see a little bit more Green Lantern stuff. You know what I mean? Break out of jail, like when he was. That's episode 2, so we get into that later.
Yeah.
I'll get to the comments, then we'll do our positives. Hey, Brian, did you get the video that I sent you from John Campia? And he goes over the article that the judge is making Paramount sell off some aspects of Warner Brothers because they have to meet a certain criteria for them to be able to to keep a hold of it.
Oh shit.
Actually, I did see that. I know what's going to happen. And what they're actually selling off DC is one of the thing properties. That's why it kind of actually fits with this thing. But they're going to sell off DC too.
They are, aren't they? I knew they
Yeah.
would. I had a feeling.
Which
They want
Here
the Warner
comes
Brothers
Disney.
name, but they don't want to hold on to the assets that go for it.
I got you. I got you. I gave episode 1 an 8 out of 10. You have to see all the clues. Episode 2 is a 8.5 or a 9. Got you, Lawrence. It's an adaptation. I'm just glad James Gunn didn't gun it. Yeah, 100%.
Word.
But
LDG.
again,
Yeah, go
there's
ahead.
there that if you can tell me how to pee out of it, that's a gun joke right in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They are
Well,
there. They're not as many, but
Right.
they're there.
You know what? I'm not going to say that's a James Gunn joke because if you know who the showrunners are, right? One of them was on Lost and also did The Watchmen, David Lindelof,
Yeah.
right? So he kind of has that kind of humor too as well. You know what I mean? So, but it fits in James Gunn universe.
Okay,
We got
let me,
to
put that, let me say that. There you go. You said what I was going to say. There you go.
because we got to stop blaming James Gunn for all of this stuff when some of them is not him. Yes, he okays the stuff. Supergirl felt like a James Gunn movie, but he hadn't. He didn't direct it. He didn't write it. He did nothing. Now the problem with it is the person who did probably was like, "Oh, I'm going to try and make it like James Gunn," instead of try to make it your own, and that's the problem. But we're blaming James Gunn for it being trash. You know what I mean?
That's
So
what
You
happened
were
when you
calling
had
for
the top.
James Gunn to be thrown out the door. What? When was it? It was just recently. You said he
I'm
needs to go.
no, I never said he needs to go. I never said he needs to go.
I did. He needs
I
to
He's
think
go.
on the chopping block because of how
Yeah.
well movies are doing.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Marvel needs to stick to movies and DC needs to stick to
think
shows.
He needs to.
facts.
He needs to.
I know you think that because Danny wants Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill back. And
You know what I'm
I'm
Oh
saying?
my
They better.
god.
Shut
Let's
up,
talk
Warren.
about
Or you gonna get kicked
talk
off this
about
show
Henry
so
Cavill.
fast, your head gonna spin.
Yeah, talk about
I don't
Henry
even
Cavill.
control it.
like, what are you saying, Jen?
Talk about Henry Cavill. They want him to be Magneto. I'm like, I'd rather have Lee Pace. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I don't think he
Same
works
thing.
as Magneto.
The only
No.
problem I have with Lee Pace is Magneto, and this is weird off topic, but
Yeah.
is that he's already been somebody. I'm tired of people playing two characters in the same universe, and it's
Who
pissing
was
me
he?
off.
Who was
Who did he play?
He was the blue dude from Guardians of the Galaxy. Ronan is Ronan
Yeah.
the
Okay,
Destroyer.
He's
It's
Yeah.
literally
dead,
him.
but he's dead
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I
Dead
did.
though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He's dead.
but he's saying he doesn't want the same character
Yeah.
Over
playing
and over.
The
someone
only
else.
person
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think Henry Cavill can play in MCU is maybe Colossus.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good
Oh
choice.
no!
short.
What
Yeah, that's a good
planet are
choice.
we on
He's too
right
short.
You got the
He's too
look
short.
though.
He's 5'11".
Henry Cavill.
Right,
Like he's
right.
5'11", 6 feet tall. Yeah.
They can make him
You
look
can't
taller
have
though. Huh?
you can't have Henry Cavill and then me walk on the screen and just at my chest. You know, walk
How
around.
many times we gonna
Dude,
have to hear about how tall you are, Brian? We know you are 6'4".
Colossus
We know
is
you are
6'6".
the Black Hulk.
Yes.
We get it.
Yeah. Listen.
But you
That's
know
what
how
Colossus
short
is. That's
you
what
know
it
how
is.
short Tom Cruise is, and they don't make him look short. They can do that.
If they make Tom Cruise Colossus, then we'll have a conversation.
I agree.
I think
Be
that
Wolverine.
they
Considering
can make
it-
anybody do anything. Listen, since movies been around, they have dug trenches out to have the guy they want to be the hero.
Yeah.
In the movie Shane,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had to dig. I think it was a 3-foot trench for Jack Palance to stand in, so the bad guy wasn't taller than the good guy. And then when they had to have face to face and they couldn't put him in the trench, they had to put the other guy up on milk crates to get him up high enough. They'll do anything. It doesn't matter about the height of the person.
Watch this, Danny. Watch this, Danny. I also heard that the new T'Challa is kind of short.
Don't go there. Don't do it. Oh God.
No, wait, come out.
You went
He
there.
just walked off screen. I'm about ready to watch him walk in on Hanzo's screen. He's going to come in and go like,
Yeah, he's gonna come over and start choking me.
Yeah, if you get a cocotazo in the back of your head, if I just see Brian smack the back of your head, man.
Oh man, that would be so cool if I had like an animation where I could have Brian walk in my screen now if he walked out and slap me in the back of the head. That would be cool.
That's just a prompt off of ChatGPT. We can get that.
100%.
I mean, we literally had Colin Farrell play Penguin, and nobody didn't realize it was him. So like,
Oh, I knew it was him.
no, but when you see the makeup on him, nobody thought that
You
like
can see it a little bit in his eyes, but that was
Yeah,
it.
that was it. So
That
like,
was it.
I get it, but I just I think I'm okay. I like Cavill. I have nothing against him, but can we please use other actors? There's plethora of other actors in the
Facts.
industry.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Okay, but I agree with that. But this to me is just like the NFL. In particular, the running back. You got a short shelf life as a running back.
As an
So if
actor
you
too, you
don't
mean?
get-
Yeah.
If you don't get them first 10 years as a running back, you're not getting no big contract. Same thing with these actors. There's quite a few that got more than a 10, 15-year run. There are far and few in between, especially if you of African American type. So I'm just saying, bro, get it while you can get it.
I feel you.
You remember when Kevin Hart was in every movie now?
Yeah.
How many movies you seen him in lately? Other than that Jumanji crap.
Yeah, he got his money. He did what he had to do.
gotta do what you gotta do while
and Samuel Jackson, I think, has the most movies out of anybody in history. If not,
Samuel
he's close to it.
Jackson, Denzel Washington, they got staying power. It's only a handful.
John was groomed by Hal. Was by chance. That's lower than MCU stuff, except for Wonder Man, which was less. I got you. You're talking about the budget. House of Dragon season 3 was 20 million per episode for the whole season. It came up to 160. Secret Invasion was 225 million, but was not good. Absolutely.
But they use more special effects in House of Dragon. You trying to get those dragons flying and the fire breathing and stuff. That what pays money. That what costs money.
Yeah. That's why that's why I say if the budget was a little bit higher, we could have more effects. Like for example, when Hal Jordan flew, you know what I mean? Put a green glow around him or something.
Well,
You
I'm
know what I
saying
mean? Like so.
Word.
that suit look like a cosplay, and I've seen some
Even
cosplayers look
Yeah,
better than that.
yeah,
yeah,
the suit.
even in episode 1 when John like made the bubble wrap, like we just heard about it. I wish we would
Yeah,
have seen that construct
yeah,
That would
being
have been
made.
funny. That would have
yeah,
been so hilarious because
Exactly.
it's funny to hear him say it, but it would have been funny because you would have been like, "That's what
yeah,
he came up with," because
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that's what Hal thought. He's like, "That's what you did."
No,
yeah,
What,
yeah.
like,
the
what
hint
the
at
hell?
the detail of John Stewart. When John Stewart is the architect, so
Yep.
he goes very detailed in all of his constructs. So the
Mhm.
idea is that he thinks I'm in trouble. I need something soft. The first thing he thinks is a bubble wrap. The idea when he thinks to fly, he creates a
Exactly.
bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the
Exactly.
detail that he does. He understands.
It's finite details.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but Chris is saying they should have showed him get the bubble wrap on him. You know what I mean?
It's just-
Which,
it's
yeah,
I don't know how
Show.
I don't know how you would have done that.
that would have been funny
I
though.
wish
That
I
would have
could
been
see
funny.
it.
It would have been
It's
CGI,
bubble
but still.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I saw Santa Claus growing up, but I didn't get to see him. So
Oh, shut up.
I never
Too bad.
believed in Santa Claus.
Too bad I did.
I never believe in Santa Claus. My kids don't believe in Santa Claus. They think it's a cartoon character like Dora. I'm like, I'm sorry. We believe in Jesus, God. Like, I'm not telling my kids it's some man,
100%.
like a Caucasian man that like we don't even know anything about, comes down the street and like violates us and it breaks into our home. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not telling you.
He's got magic powers to unlock any lock he wants to unlock. And
No.
Kyle
I'd rather
Chan-
be the mom. I'm the mom that tells my kids, don't fuck up Christmas for every other kid in your class. Don't tell them that Santa's not real. You and I know that that shit's not real. You just laugh at them for still thinking about make pretend bullshit. Don't fuck it up.
100%.
I'm like, you know that Santa's not real. I've never. Since the day we're like 2, 3 years old, I'm like, Santa's not real. We don't even have Santa shit in our house. It is like snowman. We don't.
You don't have
Kyle-
that on the shelf in your house?
No.
No. Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre, that's Green Lanterns. Yeah. Wonder Man's last episode, he flew into space to prison. Yeah, and this one, I got you. In the last episode. Andor season 2 budget was 290 million for the whole season, came to 645 million per.
Waste
Wait.
of money.
Garbage.
Yeah,
Waste
100%.
of money.
Yeah, 100%.
what's
Absolute
wrong with
trash.
you people?
Let me
What you
ask
mean by
this.
you people?
Look
You
at
heard me
the
say
DEI.
Wait,
Look at the DEI.
Brian. Did I stutter?
Oh, all of a sudden you gonna see me
Here.
go over here.
Stutter that.
Chris,
Stutter that, motherfucker. All right?
You people. Wow.
Probably
I
did
didn't mean
something.
Hey, listen, I didn't even mean you people like you people. I
Yeah,
meant
you
you
did.
people like you people who hate
Yeah,
Andor. You
Yeah.
hypocrites.
Fix it now.
Beautiful,
Fix it now.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
smart
fix
people,
it.
man.
Fix it now, Chris.
Be glad that
What's
I
that, Danny?
didn't use Andor in reference to this show. Because
What's up, Danny?
This show.
I said, Boba Fett better than Andor?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Listen, Andor is hot, stinky shit on a hot day trash. All right.
I never fell asleep to the Boba Fett episodes. I fell asleep for every Andor
That was
episode.
a-
I had to go back and rewatch it. Shit was
One-
You know what?
Every single
Watching
one.
Andor reminds me
You
of like
found
watching someone
benefit in
paint.
Andor.
It's like watching someone paint and watching
Yes.
it dry.
Watching
Like,
Yes.
things dry.
Yes. 100%. Not my favorite DC character either. What's up, Travis? Said, how's it going, guys? Doing good. Said, episode 3 from the preview looks John Henry. It does. It's a flashback episode. So budget constraints. Yeah, that's the problem. But they can fix it, right? Give us an episode where I guess a few action scenes, and I'm like, okay, we good now. I just
you
need
know-
something to wet my whistle. You know what I'm saying?
Wet
I'm
your
really surprised.
whistle.
I'm really surprised it's cheap because HBO usually put in throwing all the stops.
well,
Yeah, but it's on HBO, but it's a Warner Brother production, so it's
Right.
different. Yeah, so it's different. One writer, she was on Ozark and worked with Issa Rae. Yeah. I felt like this. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say at this point, Stargirl better than Lanterns is currently now.
You think Stargirls is better than this one?
2 episodes in, I sure do.
Ooh.
I haven't
I'd
watched
have to go back and watch Stargirl. I barely remember those first two episodes.
I don't remember that.
I feel like it's its own thing, but Supergirl was a James Gunn clone. It
What
was
do
a
you think?
clone.
What do you think, Brian?
I think we should have switched these things.
No.
Supergirl.
Is Stargirl better than first two
Stargirl was
episodes?
so. I like Stargirl,
Y'all do. Except
and
for Jen.
that's
No,
the
no,
problem.
I haven't watched it. That's what I'm saying. I
Oh.
barely made it to episode 1. I gotta go back and watch it. I never.
Bro, at this point, Black Lightning better than Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, 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 100%.
Black Lightning was fire.
Yeah, 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 100%. There's no doubt about that.
That's CW show.
Yes.
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 Okay.
I'm all
I can tell you, season 4 was one of the best superhero
Oh,
seasons
man.
I ever seen.
Oh man, when Painkiller did that little fight scene to the Wu-Tang song, bruh, that was lit. Trust
Pain-
me.
Oh,
They
any
they
fight
cheat
scene-
Painkiller. Painkiller should have his own show.
He was
He
supposed
was
to. Yeah,
fire.
they canceled it. Yeah. What did you say, Jen?
I was gonna say any fight scene to Wu-Tang, I'm sold on. I didn't even know that existed.
100%.
Garbage, and I never bothered watching it. So maybe I will go back and watch it.
Hey.
I think
I'll bring-
the first
I'm
episode.
just
I'll-
saying.
I made it through.
I'll bring it up before we close up here tonight. Just
saying.
remind me.
All right.
Thunder was fantastic. That's all I'm
Ab-
gonna say.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Good lord.
100%.
Thunder
One
was fantastic.
100%.
Make Brian
Yo,
come again.
listen,
I don't care about Lightning, but Thunder
Bruh.
was on point.
there was a scene where she was in the house. She went in the house. Anyways, we're getting to yes, she was fired. She was
I
fired.
gotta watch it. I gotta
Yeah.
watch it.
Let's get to the comments and then we'll get to our positive.
mean
Too bad
negatives?
no, positives first, then negatives. Too bad I didn't get this show. It actually sounds like something I'd enjoy. Oh, you definitely enjoy it, Dandelion. There's no doubt about that. You would enjoy it. Henry should play Wolverine.
Stop it.
He looked.
No.
Once he's too big.
Look
it's
too
too
big.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
by
it's too
y'all
big.
standards, he no longer do anything. So go ahead, whatever.
Nah.
Well,
We
you
can make him
could
look
use
short.
him, but
we
you
can
have to
tall.
make him look
We'll
like
say-
they
We'll make
did.
him make like Colossus, but we can make him look like
look
Wolverine.
how,
who's
look how
5'2".
tall Hugh Jackman was. He
exactly.
played Wolverine for what, 15 years?
They just ignored it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The meeting for that casting was, well, wait, this guy's way too big, and they were like,
Yeah.
who cares?
Hey, hold on.
And
Monique said.
after the 300th movie, everybody's like, you know what, whatever.
Movie.
I would love to see.
One of the most popular scenes in Deadpool versus Wolverine was when they gave us Wolverine.
Yeah.
I would love to see his big ass in that bubble wrap. Yeah, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. He said, "Hey fellas," he said, "John Krasinski was a better read. Just had bad writing." I agree. I think he was good. Yeah, Anzo. He was good. Anzo, have you seen Motor City? No, I haven't.
Oh,
Motor City. I don't think I
I
have.
don't even know what that. Hold on.
It's a
I never-
movie.
About Detroit.
Oh, maybe I did. It's a movie. I think I did see it.
It's recent.
Yeah. Oh, because if it's recent, then probably
I saw
not.
that.
It's
Yeah, it's with
with-
Reacher,
Yep.
Alan Richardson.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I want to see it though. Elf on a Shelf is creepy as F. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not putting that shit in my house. Fuck that. For
No.
a little elf to be running around, that's like inviting a demon to run around my house. Go fuck yourself. I don't do that shit in my house.
Collector said no. Andor is way better than Boba Fett. I'd rather watch Andor than Boba Fett.
You said
Oh,
Boba Fett.
come on,
Now, what is
Collector.
Boba Fett?
Boba Fett.
You don't know what Boba
I'd
Fett
rather watch Ahsoka over all those two. So
Oh God.
Ahsoka was fire. I love
Ahsoka was
Fire.
better than that. Yeah,
I would
100%.
rather watch Ahsoka too.
Me
Same
too.
here. I can't wait for season 2.
Me too.
I have a thing with Rosario Dawson. I'm just saying.
Me too. Me too.
Both me and my husband are like, all pass on her. Remember,
Hey.
threesome right now. Let's go.
Hey, we can be a throuple. Let's go.
But that's the thing. Let's be a throuple. I'm all about it. I love her. Oh my god.
Andor is a masterpiece. I shouted from the rooftop. T1000, I'm disappointed in you, brother. We're always on the same page.
You on your own
No.
rooftop all the way the fuck over there.
After you shout it out, jump.
Stargirl.
over there was Shifty.
Stargirl facts. Stargirl came out when I gave up on the CW shows. I got you.
Right.
And there's a 100% masterpiece cinema. Oh my God, what are we doing? Said Don't do Black Lightning. Be careful. Now I'm gonna do some
Yeah.
Black Lightning. Trust me. What's up, Tamika? How you doing? Thank you for popping in.
Rather
Hey,
Black Lightning than
Tamika.
Black Adam. Just
What's up to
shit.
me?
The reason Anzo doesn't like Andor is because it's story driven and a lot of talking, and the reason why Brian doesn't like it is because there's no lightsaber duels. Listen, I
No,
don't
it also has no force and is boring as shit.
Boring as shit. Boring
exactly,
as shit. No force.
exactly.
What the fuck are we watching right
Okay,
now?
the name of the whole thing is called Star Wars. We don't see
Facts,
none of that in there.
None. None.
facts, facts, facts. See, this
What
is
if
why
Star Wars
DC.
had a political part to it? Why the fuck do I care?
Well, hold on. I know someone did care. Go ahead, Chris. Go
Hey, listen. You guys don't like world building. I love that stuff. Listen, I am all for, and because we've had great conversations on this channel about lightsaber duels and the best Star Wars, and you know where I place the best Star Wars and stuff. I didn't even place that show up higher than a lot of other stuff. I love Star Wars for what we got with the lightsaber duels and all that, but I do like world building, and it's a great world building show.
Yeah, you
don't
could
have to
world.
like it.
Yeah, you could world build with lightsabers and space battles. That's what we're talking about.
I was like, why couldn't you just
No,
have
no,
force
no, no.
instead-
It's like taking every, going 30 pages into a book, pulling out 15 pages, going 30 more pages, pulling out 15 pages. That's what you're talking about. A book, even the Star Wars novel, is not all lightsabers and all that. There's a lot
It's
more to
all
it.
no, it's all the
I understand you don't want to watch a book. I get that. But I didn't hate it because I think that's what I'm getting. I'm getting all the stuff in between that I don't get from the other movies.
George
okay
Lucas
with that.
Star Wars never had all that. Yeah,
But
go ahead.
it's-
The same
doesn't
argument I had for
matter.
Boba Fett, and you said I was crap.
I didn't
What,
say that.
what did you say, Brian? Hold on.
all of George Lucas movies, all his things, anything that has anything with George Lucas has
Preach.
the force in it.
Preach.
Has to have the
That's
Preach.
fine.
lightsaber
It's
is what it
there.
is.
It's
You can
still
have
there because
where?
it's in the universe. It doesn't have to be
Okay.
right in front of
Okay.
you. It doesn't
So
matter.
it's
We're
just
talking
out
about stuff
there,
that doesn't
just-
matter.
just
Let's
out-
move
Yes.
forward.
Yeah,
with
we're
our-
moving on to lanterns
Oh.
because this is gonna just go to another level. We can definitely discuss this on another time because I want to rip Chris a new asshole when he talks about Andor. 100%. Pause on that one. I didn't
You
come
look,
out
look
right.
pretty excited when you said it.
It did, didn't it? That's kind of scary.
Okay, so whatever
Doing.
whatever happened to Chris and Warren, I have no idea, but they will not be back for the rest of the show. See, this is why DC is better than Stank Butt MCU. DC always does better TV
my
than Marvel.
Lord.
K-Dots.
Stop it.
You know what?
Either.
I forgot you were home, K-Dots. I would have invited you on the stream. We'll get you on one. Don't worry. Warren is here to hate on the lanterns, probably. Hi, Warren. I agree. We should have Kang over Doom. Kang is at Daily Wire, sadly. Yeah, we ain't getting into all of that.
Let's not get into that.
Anzo said Andor is Batman. I'd rather watch the Batman. I'd rather watch the Batman. I'd rather watch Penguin.
Penguin. I'd rather watch Penguin. At least I stayed awake for Penguin over Andor. The shit it was still shit, but at least I stayed awake.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that shit. Andor, like Star Wars, if it was Star Trek with a view of aliens. Exactly. And I don't want to see no Star Trek in my damn Star Wars. That's not what we doing here. That's not what we doing here. He
That
said you're
season
free.
of,
Bet.
Strange New Worlds is crap. Oh my Lord, it's most
Oh, really? The first episode was
Really?
good, but
the next three. They in
oh yeah.
one, the whole ship turns to puppets.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, they're doing the puppet show. Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
whole ship, the whole crew turned to puppets.
Oh, yeah. That's this season. Cause didn't they do that last season too?
No, they had a musical last season.
Last season had a musical. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think musicals in a show.
Yeah, they had a musical. I didn't even watch. That's when I stopped watching the show. I was like, I'm good with the musical. I'm good.
Yeah.
And here comes Shifty, gives him surprise. This show is incredibly dull. I fell asleep during both episodes. Not enough budget for Green Lantern. Not enough story for True Detective so far.
How do you say that in like Andor? Oh
I know.
my god!
If
How?
that's your opinion. If that's all you're saying, and you like Andor, I don't like to trust your opinion. We have different perspectives. We will agree to disagree.
He said, see.
Yeah, you keep your opinion like you have an asshole. I've got my own, and that's just the
Facts. Facts. See, Anzo would rather watch the Batman. I knew he loved that movie. No, I do not.
No.
The ring is fully charged, meaning Hal is about to be moving with more fierce. He only been at 5%, so he needs to be patient. All right. So now we got through the comments. We'll go through Warren. Warren, what are your positives for this episode?
Positives, we got a little bit of everything. What I mean is we got buddy cop, we got we got to see some power, we got to see a little bit of the costume, we got to hear about the alien, like what sort of like not sort of the plot that's going on. So I think for me, we got a little bit of everything.
You talking
Uh
about episode 2? You talking about 1?
Yeah.
no,
No, he never seen episode 2.
I'm not talking about episode 2. I haven't seen episode 2 to be honest.
Yeah, he hasn't seen it yet.
You talking about aliens? I ain't talking about aliens in the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there.
Still there.
In Rushville.
What?
Yeah, there was an alien. Yeah, in
Who?
the
The ones that
interrogation
got
room.
killed and the interrogation
Oh.
room.
In
Yeah.
the football stadium.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
one that blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my personal opinion. If you're a if you're new to new to DC, this is a good show. If you're old, you catch on a hints of. So it gave you a little bit of everything. So I really that's my positives. I really can't say much than that.
All right. Let's go, Chris. What are your positives?
First off, I want to say to the if you're new to this, I don't know if this is the you're new to the whole thing type of show. I'm not sure, but maybe I definitely the acting. I think that our two main actors are good at playing off of each other. One's patronizing, yes sir, yeah, and then you get Hal going like, yeah, every time I hear you say sir, I just hear fuck you louder. I mean,
Mhm.
I like the way they play
Mhm.
off each other. It works well. It
I like them
feels
too.
natural. It feels natural. These two guys, and maybe it was like Star Wars where they put them in a room together and they had people try out together, and it's what works best.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, maybe that's how they did it, but it works really well. I love that. I'll tell you what's weird to me, and I like this though. They're not relying on the CG so much for like when he flies. You see the airstream around him when he flies, but they're not going out of their way to do that. You know, the like a bubble around him or something. I mean, I don't know. I like that they're trying to make it look more real world, and I know a lot of people don't like that. I like that though. I like the sheriff so far. She's a pistol. She is a pistol. I like it because, and I will stray just for a second into in episode 2. The talk she has with him and what he says. The moment that she says what she says, it's like, okay, I get it, and maybe that's going to play into something in his history later on. I don't know. I like that. Anyways, but I like her. Man, I don't know. I like the show. So,
Shut.
what? Yeah,
I know, eh?
What's going on, K-Dot? Long time no see.
You're
Yeah,
muted,
yeah.
K-Dot.
Oh, you guys don't gotta be shocked. You know, I've been here the whole time. I've been here. You know, I've been around.
So,
I'm not here to be biased, Donzo. I'll be fair. You know, I'll be fair.
okay, so
Biased.
since Chris is done and everybody went, what are your positives for this episode?
A lot of Green Lantern lore dumping, learning more about Hal's origin without Hal. Well, not his origin, but like more about Hal's personal life without Hal telling us about his personal life. I like John Stewart this entire episode. He's already proven that he's going to be a powerful Green Lantern.
Episode 1.
I think he might have superpowers because he was moving as fast as Bucky on that street. Shouts out to John.
We're only doing episode 1 just for
Oh,
so
episode
you know.
1? Oh,
Episode
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, well, you know, same thing for episode 1. I like the way we started off. I like that how we're getting so much Green Lantern lore in just one episode. I like that, you know, where they are embracing certain things about the comics, like the hologram stuff, the them recording messages in their rings. I like the dynamic between Hal and John. I like that Hal is trying to teach John, but he also doesn't want John to learn. even further because he doesn't want to give up the ring. And I'd say I like the mystery. The mystery is the best part about it, and it has me sucked in. Even if I don't like every little thing, the mystery has a hold on me. I want all the
Uh,
episodes now.
Let me ask you guys. And this goes to more Jen and Brian. Would you consider this kind of like a mystery box type of show? Because there is a few mysteries in there that we don't know about yet, right? The Sinestro, the Atrocious, right? That's something we can theorize about. It's not as deep as From, but I could see it kind of on that, like right on the verge of that.
Based on well, I won't say it quick. Based on the conversation me, you, and Fatal had today, I think it's very much a mystery because we all said the manhunter, the hidden manhunter,
Yeah, we need to
is
find out
is
exactly. Yeah,
somebody different.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. What do you guys think? You guys think so? Or?
It's not a mystery box show because it has a mystery. There's a difference between being a show that has a mystery and being a mystery box show. Because
Did
this
one of
is
you
one that
guys?
if you go 3 episodes and we don't figure out some of this crap, and if you go this season and we don't figure out most of this stuff, people are gonna be like, "F this." Like,
Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah,
agree
yeah,
with
yeah,
that. I
yeah,
agree
yeah,
with that.
it's not
yeah,
I
like
yeah,
kind of just
yeah,
look
yeah.
at it purely as a detective show. I think that's the safest way to look at
Well,
it.
who
More or
said
less.
Because I
Yeah.
wouldn't say it's
who
like any
earlier?
difference with From be
Who
hidden.
earlier said noir? One of you guys said noir. It's not quite noir, but it is very much that, it was Tuesday and I was doing this and we
Right.
were going here because this happened. It's not that bad, but it is that. It's what are we doing? Well, I'm gonna do this. I know something bad. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
not
I
quite
got you.
mystery
And
box, but it
I
has
wouldn't
a
call
hint.
it. I wouldn't call it a mystery box show, but I would definitely say they've set it up to be a murder mystery, and there's a difference
That
between
makes
murder
sense.
mystery
Yeah,
and mystery box. So
yeah,
they're kind of trying to lean because right now that's like all the rage, right? Like horror's coming back, like mystery box shows where they have this supernatural stuff. And here, even though to us it is kind of supernatural because we got the lanterns and they have powers and all that, it really kind of isn't because we've known about the comics and superheroes for so long. So they've kind of taken it out of being a mystery box show, but they've given us a mystery and it's just a murder mystery in order to kind of really bring out the characters and see who and why certain people are lanterns and why and how that all connects to what is actually, like the manhunters that they're starting to bring in. So I would definitely call it a murder mystery, not a mystery box show. Not with
makes
source
sense.
material like that. Yeah,
That makes sense. Go ahead with your positives, Jen.
yeah. First episode. I liked the acting and the dynamic that they started to bring in for Hal and John. And I liked in the first episode, they kind of showed the background and the upbringing and why John is like the chosen one. Like you see that with his father, and I hope they bring his father back in, which is a little
Oh,
bit
yeah,
different
that's
from
me.
what I remember with the comics. But I like that we saw like his father shooting the apple off of his head, and you can see like from the shed, there's like multiple like bullet holes. So you kind of start to see like why John has been built to be a certain way and what it like kind of we don't really exactly know, but you can start to kind of figure out what his father's role is in bringing him up and how that's going to play into him. So I kind of like that they started to show that. I did like that they brought back the hologram of Hal from 10 years ago because that initially shows you something's happened from 2016 to 2026. Obviously, him and John are not together. He's become this. Even from 1996 to 2016, you see that he's just become like a hardened, bitter asshole. So I kind of like that they showed really Chandler, the actor that's playing Hal. I like that he really shows that there's three different parts and different sides to him. That's kind of a little different from the comics. You're really kind of seeing more character building. And I kind of liked that when I went back and saw it the second time and kind of had to really relate it. So I like the acting, I like the character building and seeing where it goes. I do like that they kind of started to make it a little bit like a true detective story, only because if they're not going to cater to the comic book people and us old heads that know that stuff, if they really are trying to bring in the new crowd, I kind of like that they did that. I personally love true crime. I fall asleep to that taking notes, so that's like right up my alley. I'm like, how can I get away with murder a million different ways? Like, I'm all about it. I really, really am. Or like seeing how stupid people are and why they didn't get away with murder. So to me, I found that the second time around a little bit more appealing. But again, when I watched it the first time, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? It wasn't until I heard the showrunner say that, watched it a second time, that I was like, all right, so I could see that as a positive. So I will say that between the acting, the way they're kind of trying to bring in the new crowd, leaning towards that true crime aspect, I do kind of start, I am liking those aspects of it. I think the characters that they chose were freaking great. And I like that the sheriff isn't like that she's married and she's not the love interest of Hal, which is definitely a little bit different from the comics. So I like that they're doing a spin on it. At first, I didn't like it, but seeing how she kind of plays off of, and she's married to, I forget John Ritter's character, or John Ritter's son, for whatever his name is. I like that they're showing that. It's definitely a different direction, but I'm okay with that so far. So those are my positives.
Brian, you're positive.
I just looked at Tony, said John like his cake brown. I can't. I will say this. The little details that they had about John, like I told you, like the bubble wrap thing really stands to talk about how detailed John is about things, and it kind of flows into the architecture stuff, and that he is able to hold up to constructs, and his constructs hold up to a car crash. So this is just he did bubble wrap, but his construct held up to it because he's that detailed. He's that strong. Something they talked about more in episode 2, but now that I look back at it, I understand why they said it's episode 1. I gotta say, Aaron Pierre is doing a great job
Right.
as acting as Jon Stewart. I don't like the way they're portraying Jon Stewart, but I do believe his acting is good. I say the same thing with Kyle Chandler as Hal. I think they have chemistry together. I agree with that. I think they're telling a story in a different way. And I wasn't going to like a grounded Green Lanterns thing anyway, but I think they have a way to make it a bigger world and that they could get into space from where they are. So I'm giving it a chance in those things. And I like that you actually have that opportunity to do it. And I love mysteries. So simple.
That was your biggest concern. You didn't like it that it was stuck on Earth and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, even if they would have just given us a scene of him flying to talk to the Guardians, which we'll probably see, you know what I mean? But if you gave us a little bit of something like that in these 2 episodes, I mean, okay, that's pretty fire.
Buddy.
You know?
Oh no,
Buddy,
Anzo,
it's
Anzo,
episode 1.
Oh, sorry, 1. Anzo, they
Yeah.
do have to show us the Guardians though, because the Guardians. Okay. Okay. Just staying on episode 1, we can already say something's already fishy.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're already trying to replace Hal. Think about it like this:
Right.
you're training your replacement. You come to put 2 and 2 together. Is my management trying to replace me? Am I training my new? But this is the difference though. You have to die in order to get replaced. So the Guardians know something, and the Guardians Hal is going to want to confront them because even the way he's pressing through this town, getting information while trying to work with the jurisdiction, he only has. And this is why I say, once he gets charged up, he's going to be even pushier. He's
100%.
only has
right.
5%. So right now he's pretending to work with all this jurisdiction nonsense. But yeah, he's just trying to, keep things balanced out until then. But the Guardians, he's gonna have to confront them. He's gonna be like, what is
Right.
going on?
Yeah,
They
that
know-
makes sense.
They know what's happening in the town too. They know what's happening. It's all connected to Ab and Surf.
Agreed. You gonna say, Jen?
I was gonna say we need to see why he doesn't trust the Guardians.
Yes.
Like we need to bring that in a little bit more. They kind of just showed that obviously something has changed and it's been better. But if you didn't kind of pick up on that detail, it kind of makes you wonder like why aren't they going to space? Why isn't he going to visit the Guardians? Why aren't they
Yeah.
like sending somebody to come check on him or do anything like that? Because they've done that too in the comics. Like you don't want to respond to us, you're gonna cut us off. I don't think so. We'll send somebody to come get you. And we haven't
He
seen
hasn't
that either.
backed them
And a
data
whole
in 10 years.
yeah, and a whole decade went by and no one. So like, that was one of my negatives that I was gonna say. But I feel you on that. Like, it's only been on Earth. We see nothing in space. But it leans into the fact that obviously there's an issue. There's a trust issue, and I know we'll talk about like later on. We'll talk about episode 2. But there's a lot of trust issues amongst multiple characters as we kind of really get into what's going on between these 3 timelines. We see the evolution of some shit breaking down rather than being built up.
But you
Agree.
also see in these three timelines that's all based in this small town. In a
Yes.
small town that you can do that all this alien activity is coming in. So there's something to do with this small town and having alien activity and the fact that it's nothing around it, that you can be this could be a hub for something to getting you into space. So I think that
Uh,
that's the one benefit we have about it.
hey,
I
and
like
just
that.
just to
I
jump
like
off that,
that.
and that's why I think the Manhunter intentionally chose this area, and it makes sense to pick this area. It's a small town, and we'll get into it when we talk about episode two. But just the setting of it, this isn't a big city. If this was a big city, it would obviously not be doing what it's doing here.
One
So
hundred percent.
yeah, like the setting they chose for a Manhunter being on Earth, I can understand why they chose a small town.
I got you.
Yeah, they want to be
That
quiet while they secretly grow their army.
Right.
exactly, exactly. Easier to control. Danny,
Yeah.
go with your positives.
I agree with a lot of things everyone said. It's a world building format they're using. A lot of people like unless you like the real Green Lantern heads and you know the stuff back and forth. I think it's trying to draw you in as what is most familiar with it. And this buddy cop particular format seems to be familiar with a lot of things, very popular. But it has a little nuances like some of the things that y'all saying now. I didn't realize, didn't understand, but it makes sense when you put it all together. And I think that as the show progresses, we're going to see a lot more. I think Brian said it earlier in the stream. They're laying a lot of Easter eggs now, and unless you aren't familiar with those the lore, you're not going to be catching a lot of it. And some of the things you said now, I'm catching a lot of it and making sense. So I think they're doing a good job. Maybe they can. The pacing is just a tad bit slow. They can kind of speed up a little bit more. But I think that they're going to break into their stride. I think earlier, like what Warren said, the fourth episode, we should be seeing some dynamite stuff.
I agree. I agree. And for me, I agree with everything I say. I got a lot of positives. I like Aaron, Pierre. I'm kind of on the difference because I know Danny said he didn't like the way Hal was being portrayed either. But the reason why I do like it is because it seems like they're showing the beginning of him turning into Parallax, right?
Right.
The
Yes.
beginning of him questioning the lanterns and all kinds of stuff like
Or
that.
his
And
fear.
his
He
fear, yes,
saw Hal with
yes.
fear.
Yes, yes, exactly. And not to mention the fact that he he fears John Stewart's power.
He feels
You
being
understand?
replaced.
That too. But John Stewart has, and we get to that in episode two, but he has something that no other lantern can do, right? That's keeping the construct alive, even not wearing the ring.
Right.
That kind of stuff is what worries Hal. You know what I mean? So I think that's where Hal is like, I'm skeptical about training him. Not to say that he don't like Hal. It's just like that's too much power for one person, kind of thing.
Do
You
you
know what I mean?
Well,
do you
well,
think it leads? Oh,
oh,
sorry.
sorry, Jen.
No, go ahead, Jen. Then K Dot.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think it leads into him even more mistrusting the Guardians? Because he's like, if he can do that and I couldn't, I didn't even know that happened. I think that's gonna lead into him becoming Parallax because he doesn't even know about the other auras, like the other colors yet.
Yeah.
He doesn't know about like the yellow lanterns or the red ones. And I think the more he kind of realizes and sees that, he's going to start to mistrust them more and more and more. And obviously it turns Parallax, and I think that's kind of where it's kind of going. And
Yeah.
It's
that-
called Lanterns, not Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
lantern. So I think
Yeah.
they're going to start to bring in the yellow and the red, which is obviously, if you know the comics, you know that that's Hal starts to mistrust everything and he winds up turning into Parallax. And I think that's where this season is going. Absolutely. I think
And
it's a lot of mistrust because Hal doesn't know things that he thought he knew, or he thought he knew everything and he didn't know a whole hell of a lot, and he's going to blame somebody for that. Especially if
absolutely.
you're training somebody that's more powerful and stronger than you, that can do things that you didn't even know could happen, and they could have told you this whole time but didn't.
It seems like the rules are changing too because usually the ring picks the person.
Right.
Seems like this is not happening now.
In the comic
So
book, though, they did the Guardians did choose John. John was never chosen by the ring.
yeah, yeah, that's what's funny because remember when we watched the first episode, we're like, no, that's not how it is, and we did the research at the end. I was like, oh, the Guardians actually picked John in the comic book too, so I didn't know that, so that's good.
Even
So
Guy was chosen as Hal
yes,
first.
yes,
That was chosen as
yes,
his replacement.
yes, and what they're saying, right? If you watch them talk about at the end,
Chosen one.
Yeah, and he got injured. But they're saying Hal's ring is Guy Gardner's ring. So the ring we see Guy Gardner using as Superman, that was Hal's ring.
Right.
So they came out and said that already. So after Hal
Oh no, so
dies,
it's a different one.
But
I
then I
think
no,
guess
no,
they're doing that
no,
with
it's the
double
same.
cup.
It's
No, they
not.
said it's the same
Guy,
one.
it's
Yeah.
different.
Well,
Huh?
Hal and Guy have the same. No, I'm sorry. John and Guy have the same ring. Not Hal. Hal is a different ring.
No, but Hal's ring is the one that Gardner is using,
Oh,
right?
okay. I thought it was the other
Because
way around. And
no,
John has some. There's two of them though. Like one is
John,
using
yeah,
one
right,
ring, and then there's another
right,
Well,
one.
I mean,
right. John hasn't got his. Well, we don't know if John got his ring in the future yet because we haven't got into that yet.
Right.
But what they said, and I just watched it last night, they said that the after Hal died, the ring went to Guy Gardner, who was supposed to originally go to, and then Hal was like, sorry, John was supposed to be like the replacement if Guy Gardner doesn't work out. But I think what they're gonna do is they're just gonna end up giving
Another
Jar
one.
another ring to John. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If he
So you're
even
gonna
needs
have,
it.
huh?
If he even needs one.
No, but
Um,
Mm.
you need to see him. You need to see John with a ring.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I
because
think you
Tom
need to see him with
King's
the ring, but after watching episode 2, I think they're
he's
leaning
powerful
into
enough.
why he's powerful enough to do everything a lantern can do without the ring, or most of the things a
I
lantern
don't
can
know
do
if he
without
could
the ring.
create the
that's the
construct
thing. He
without.
can
Think
keep,
about
yeah,
the
He can keep it alive because he has
yeah,
all the powers
yeah.
within him.
right.
I don't know if he
But
can do it
If he
without
can
it.
yeah,
create a construct without the ring, that's true.
yeah,
So he has
yeah. He
some
needs a ring
powers
for the
without
construct.
it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Danny, go to your negatives. What were your negatives of this episode?
the suit was terrible. Episode 2. Oh Lord. Pacing is one thing. Um, needs to pick up. Um, like I said, I think I told you earlier in a conversation. I just don't like the way. I know how is they doing the thing. They kind of fast forwarding and seeing how he doesn't like or has doubts with the little short people. What their name is?
The Guardians.
The Guardians.
Like,
But whenever escape me. But whenever I read the comic books, a little bit I did read, he was always upstanding, always good, a choir boy. They had a little merit bump, but he always did things right. Had like a code. Now it doesn't seem like he has a code. It seems like he's burnt out. I've never seen this version of Hal Jordan before. The burnout version, kind of smart aleckly. He always seemed.
And he's been like that.
I'm just saying the versions that I've seen, like on the cartoon versions and stuff. He never seemed to be as smart as he is now, and the way he was in interacting with the cop and stuff. And I've never seen that version of him. I'm not saying that I totally hate it, but I've always seen him being stand up. To me, he looked just out of being drunk. He looks all ragged and unkept and that kind of stuff. I just never seen that. Never knew he was filthy rich. He had that mansion and all that kind of stuff.
No. He's not filthy rich. They
It was
explain
given
Well,
to him.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
he's
saying,
not
it
paying
look,
for it.
he looks pretty filthy rich to me just looking
He's
from
not paying
outside
for
in.
Yeah.
it.
That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah, yeah.
But you're right. He's gruffy. He needs to shave.
Yeah,
He's gruffy.
I don't like this look they're giving him. I
It's
think
like
he's
he doesn't
killing
give
it.
a shit.
Yeah, but that's really my negatives. I'll
Uh,
keep sliding into episode 2, so I'll be glad we get into that second.
I
3,
got you.
4.
I just want to go through the comments before I get to Brian. I want to go through down, but he said, "Guys, if you guys are streaming about Andor, I will be there. I will battle you guys to the death, and how good it is.
No,
You
it's
will
too boring
die.
for me. It's too boring to battle that long.
Even talk about it. I know. Trust me.
I'll do
Lanterns is
another stream
just
like this.
Wow.
facts, 100%. That shit'll kill my insomnia real quick." Shifty Gibbs said, "Lanterns is just like the rest of the DCU trash so far. Superman wasn't trash though. Episode 2 was really good of the Lanterns. DC does TV better than
Yes.
DC does TV better than DCU shows. They get more Emmys too, and what they did was put out but Marvel on their neck with the movies besides Batman. Yeah, I think DC's good with TV, and Marvel's better because Marvel sucks with their TV.
Oh.
Like honestly, they suck. I don't even really give a damn about Vision Quest to be honest with you. I'll watch it, but
Daredevil
it's
wasn't bad though. That's the only one that I like. Daredevil was not Daredevil Born Again.
Okay, so the Netflix Daredevil was
There,
stuff.
yes,
Daredevil Born Again season 1 was hot garbage. Season 2 was better.
season two was way better. Yes,
Yeah,
but
season 2
season
was
one it
better.
took him forever to get his
Into suit.
yeah.
Yeah,
And if you don't look at it like to me, Daredevil Born Again season one is really fucking season four. I don't give a shit
yeah.
what
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
anyone
yeah, yeah,
says.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
season
yeah, yeah.
two of Daredevil Born Again, which was I thought was fire, was really season five because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
really kind of went like I don't know to me because I watched it all. I I appreciated Daredevil. I thought that was one of the better ones that Marvel has ever done.
I agree. I agree. They should have just made a new season of True Detective, and the last season of that was awful. Whatever,
It took
Shifty.
freaking forever. The Alaska with Jodie Foster and the thing. Oh my God! And I knew what it was. It just took. It was way too slow. The first season was the best, hands down. Woody Harrelson and Matt McConaughey, they're freaking great together. That was the best season of True Detective, and no other season has ever been able to get there.
Said DC is winning on TV for me right now. I got you. Like I said last week, the show actually could have used an orgy. Really?
We know
Really,
that.
Shifty?
The first 30 minutes, John Stewart was doing something.
John, like
Yeah, he got
I
John
would
got
like to.
some.
I
he
would like
like
to see him
grandma.
with Zoe. I'm
Yeah, it's
just
like,
saying. I'd like to see him with Zoe.
yeah, he was good with a gilf.
Facts, facts.
He was
I
he was
like
taking, he was taking food off another man's grill.
facts, which is the best food to take. I'm just saying.
Well, that's how
I
you
like
get shot, Anzo.
I carry pistols too. I'm good. I like how Aaron Pierre runs in the chase and how he'd let I'd somebody how he'd have somebody's grandmother.
Wow.
Wow.
There
He
was some
wasn't
good.
that
Wait,
old. Oh my
grandma or a
God.
manhunter? Grandma or a manhunter?
I already said
She's a
it.
manhunter. She's a manhunter. Yeah.
I already said she could probably get it too, so I'm good. You know what I mean? I don't have no problem with Aaron. He said I got some words. They've been answering stuff each episode. They are. They are.
They are.
That's what I
They
like.
are.
That's what I like. They're
Yeah,
giving
that
us
is.
not everything, but they're giving us a little bit. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's good.
Yeah.
John likes his cake brown.
It's
From
more
another
than
man's plate.
Exactly.
it's more than a tad slow. They are clearly stretching it.
Yeah.
No, Andor was fucking stretched.
Oh
What
my
are we
God.
talking about here?
It's so funny
Bruh.
because every episode I was like, it's about to happen. It's about to happen.
Nothing. Yeah, I know.
happened?
Anzo,
Yeah, I know.
Anzo,
But
if
that's
I
Yeah,
what
go
I
ahead.
was doing yesterday
quick.
for Dead City.
And this is why, look, as I do, obviously we all want to see a Green Lantern movie too. But I
Hmm.
think for the Lanterns and just certain DC characters or even Marvel characters, TV shows really help them if you put effort into it. It helps them. You get to spend more time with the character.
Agreed.
We can only do so much within 2 hours. Like
Yeah, yeah,
Anzo, look in Brand New Day. We barely got a Hulk fight in a 2 hour movie.
yeah, yeah,
In
yeah.
5 minutes.
And a lot of not explanation in that either, right?
Yeah,
Because
and
we
it's not say the movie's bad. Brand New, I love Brand New Day, but there's a lot of stuff left unanswered.
right because we
Lot.
go from Professor Hulk to him having to use the inhibitor, and then like I no. And one thing I did watching it again, I understand that he was actually Professor Hulk first, right? When Jean Grey took over him, he was Professor Hulk. And then she messed up his mind, and then he did the no Hulk is banner. So I was like, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. But we don't know why he's trying to inhibit the Hulk when he already had this symbiotic relationship with the Hulk, you know? So yeah, yeah, yeah. Appreciate you. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Said that Damon Lindelof said they ditched Green because it sounded silly.
What?
Stupid.
If that's the case, yeah, 100%. But I think it has to do with, like Brian said, more about we're getting different lanterns as well,
Yeah,
and I don't think it's
yeah.
just because it's stupid. But did Hal die though? We're not sure yet. He said that's inconclusive so far. Absolutely. Said unless John has a ring and doesn't know it, Hal is hiding it or some trick. But that's a episode 2 theory. I got you, Tank. Hal's body didn't have a green mark on his finger, did it? No, it didn't. That's another thing too, right? That's how you know it wasn't James Gunn. He said grandma has to be a manhunter,
Yeah,
and he
That's what I
said,
100%.
think, Lawrence. I think it's Zoe,
She
the grandma.
said, "Yeah, he protects me. I love that protection. Is more important than all the other stuff. And I can go if I need something else, I'll go outside and go get it. But
Yep.
he
I
protects me.
I speculated that it was the husband, but as I think about it, the husband is too. It's too. Oh yeah, the husband. You know what I mean? Like too out
Yeah.
there to be like obvious. That's the word I'm looking for. Too obvious for it to be
Yeah.
him. So
I
I
Yeah.
can
think it's
agree
the
with that.
sheriff.
I think they're gonna make the manhunter kind of literal with a female. A female would be like a manhunter. Like think about it like
Danny,
a cougar. So
I
yeah,
mean,
Danny
that'd be
thinks
pretty
it's the
woke.
sheriff.
I think it's
Yeah,
the sheriff. I
you
think
think
she's
it's
hiding right in plain sight.
if it winds up being her husband, I'm gonna be pissed. The John Ritter's son or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna be mad. I like him as an actor, but I'm gonna be mad if they
It
make it
might be the
him.
Tooth Fairy too.
Oh my god.
It
It's the
might be
man
get
in
your ass
yellow.
off of my stream. That's what it is.
It's the man in yellow, and we're gonna get a
Facts.
yellow lantern.
I feel each season of Lantern should follow a different Lantern. That would be
Mm.
interesting, but no, I wanted to follow John Stewart. He's the
Right.
Lantern that people and my son has grown up with. That's it's not just like Peter Parker is not the Spider-Man that my son's generation grew up with. They grew up with Miles
Miles
Morales,
Morales.
right? So I think they
Yeah,
should do the same thing
and you
with
have to
We
this.
need
like
more black
and
superheroes. Period.
it
Facts.
and it's like if they are gonna do that, you have to do stuff like this because okay, there's a couple of different Lantern Corps, but people only care about specific ones. Like okay, if you're gonna do that, you make a season about Atrocitus and the Red
Yeah.
Lanterns. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
make
yeah.
it about
Yeah,
any of
yeah.
the other Red Lanterns that no one cares about
I agree.
deeply.
I
And
agree.
if you do a Sinestro season, he leads it and it's just about the Yellow Lanterns and them doing something. But John should spearhead
Be
it
there
and
somewhere. Yeah, yeah.
introduce other lanterns. And look, they said in the most recent episode, Mogo, the living planet that's a
Mhm.
lantern,
Yeah.
exists. So it's a
Yeah.
lived-in universe. The blue
Yeah.
lanterns are probably already here.
Mhm.
We don't know who's already here. Clearly, the yellow lanterns here. Sinestro has been
He trained.
locked up for a while.
He trained
Yeah.
how?
Absolutely.
Yellow's
Yeah.
already here, so it's already lived in. They just have to introduce it.
Brian, your negatives.
Just John Stewart's characterization. I just think John Stewart. When you hear John Stewart, you hear he's a leader. He's the best of. He's the most green of the Green Lanterns. He's all the things that are truth, right, and all that stuff. And they kind of show him as like a little whiny little bitch, and without having any experience. And it's hard reconciling that with John Stewart and the John Stewart that I know.
He's too cocky.
It's hard.
He's too cocky
Isn't
without
that
knowledge.
isn't that a
Like
little
in
bit
the
unfair
third
though?
episode. Oh, sorry, Warren. You go. Sorry.
No, just saying, isn't that a little bit unfair for one episode though?
No, because I'm talking about episode 1 right now. If I look at it,
Yeah,
if I'm
but
not looking at it as a whole, I can't do that till I'm not gonna give them credit for something until they actually do it. But as of
Right.
right now, what I don't like about John Stewart is his characterization, how they're doing it right now. Because when I see John Stewart, I know I'm not talking about John being the greatest Green Lantern of all time,
I didn't
but
say
he
that.
is strong leadership. That's supposed to be who he is at his
I
core.
I agree with you. I'm just saying that don't we have to see him develop it first? Like he can't just be off the rip, is what I'm saying. So isn't it like kind of like
I believe
there's always baby
leaders.
steps, right? But like
But I believe leaders are always there.
but he had to learn.
He's
Hmm.
But don't you have to learn from someone to like learn from experience though? Like it's kind of like Batman didn't just become Batman overnight.
Yes, I
Yes, he
don't need
did.
him to be. I also
Stop
don't need
it.
him to be the
Well,
greatest Green Lantern of all time. I need him to have leadership skills. He has tactical leadership skills, not being someone who's whiny and kind of saying it's unexperienced.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes,
yeah, like,
ma'am. No,
Right.
I
ma'am.
don't think that's what he is. And I think that there's something they're going to resolve this. But episode 1, if I'm looking at episode 1, not looking
Which
ahead to
we are.
episode
Yeah,
3,
yeah.
I'm telling you what I have a problem with. My problem is how they're characterizing him in episode 1 because it's only talking about the pilot.
Right,
And
and
look,
I'm not.
I'll say it because I see both sides, and I'll say it like this. Um, okay, like the car situation. As soon as he gets out the car, who does he call? Dad, Hal Jordan's trying to kill me.
Mhm.
Well, son,
mhm.
well, son, you saw on the TV, Hal said he stopped a meteor. That was a test. Yes, he intentionally was trying to kill him too because he does not want to give it up to him, but that was a test. If you can't survive this car accident. How are you going to stop a meteor? How are you going to stop Atrocitus? How are you going to stop Brainiac?
Why would he have to
You
call
can't
his
figure
dad for
this
that
out.
shit if he was raised that way? And that's what they're going to get to in episode 3. They're going to get
Yep.
to the way he was raised,
Right.
to have no fear, to have the, but he shouldn't be then whiny. His leadership quality is that no matter what you throw at me, I'm
I
going
can
to
take
take
it.
it.
Yep.
That's what John Stewart should be from the beginning, episode 1.
Again, I said I'm not disagreeing with all you've laid out. I'm just saying that we haven't even seen his leader. We haven't even seen it like the flashback of his military leadership, which I'm pretty sure he has. So I'm just saying that we didn't even get a taste of his leadership because I'm sure he had probably got awards and ranks and stuff in the military while he was there because clearly he has no fear if you can just stand and your dad points a gun and you and multiple times and he gets the apple on top of your head with no problem. So I'm sure he has it. We're just not seeing it yet. That's all I'm saying for even for the so it's kind of hard to judge him when it's and I get what you're saying, but it's just the first episode. That's what I'm
No,
That's
saying.
I'm not.
but we're
That's what we're
talking
talking
about
about
the
is
first
only
episode.
episode
That's what
1.
it means.
I've
Yeah,
already seen
like that could
episode 2.
change. That could change
No
after
episode 2.
episode 3 or 4, right?
Yeah.
But right now we're just talking about what he felt about episode 1, so I can understand that.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
not
understand
about.
that.
It's not. This is something I said after watching episode 1. Why are we characterizing John Stewart? Why are we having him being, having sex with his grandma in episode 1? What are they? What are they trying to put seeds on of John Stewart in for episode 1? I didn't like episode this being done in episode 1. Now I've already seen episode 2. Right? I already know what they're gonna do episode 3. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this episode. This is the problem I have with
So,
this one.
so if in episode 1, the fact that John is sleeping with Zoe, it might be that she is the manhunter, and then her husband William, like the whole thing that they have, he's gonna wind up becoming the Black Hand.
Yes.
So they're starting to set that up, and then
Yes.
that's gonna be, you know what I mean? So I can kind of see where they're going with that, knowing what I know of, from everything with the comics and where they're kind of going. But again, if you don't know any of that, it can kind of be like,
What the
I can
hell?
understand, like you don't know where everybody's coming from and why they're doing this, and it's kind of a slow burn because you don't understand the seeds if you don't know all the villains and the characters from the comics.
Agree.
Also, don't
Anything
think
else?
they did
Yeah,
a
go
good
ahead.
job with the plot overall from the first episode. And as I said, it felt like a pilot, right? It felt like a pilot, and not as an introduction to the world. It felt like they were doing very general and not jumping into all those things. I just don't necessarily love the pacing of episode 1 either. I thought it was kind of weird. It kind of felt weird.
The time, like jumping back and forth between the timelines.
It just didn't feel like there was enough to show enough. And even from 1996 to 2016, not to the 2026 at the end, but it kind of just didn't feel right. And yeah, those are small complaints because I thought it was okay episode.
I could see that. Jen,
I like
go ahead
what
with
you
your
said.
negatives.
Yeah, I like what
Okay.
actually you said earlier, Brian, that they're trying to tell the story in a completely different way, which is why I think they did those three time jumps, which was one of my first complaints. I'm like, why are we seeing these 3 different years? Like, you have 8 episodes. Like, what are we doing here? Like, why are you kind of going back and forth and giving us all that? Until I realized it was like the True Detective and they were setting things up and they were going to start giving us little things here and there. My main complaints at first were the ring and how the Guardians chose John. We kind of were told all of that, and not all the rules for the lantern and the ring were kind of laid out. It's kind of left like up to speculation. Again, you got to kind of go back and do a little research. Most people didn't have Green Lantern as their favorite superhero out of all the superhero and all the comics you read. That was something like you kind of read it, but you didn't really give a shit about it as compared to like all the other ones. So you kind of really had to go back. So if you watch this episode, kind of remembering some stuff, like you knew it like when you were in your teens, but now 20 years later, you're kind of like, I don't really remember all of it. There's certain rules that stuck, and there's certain things that were like kind of quicker given to you in the comics that didn't make sense. So I didn't really appreciate at first the 3 different time jumps like it was. I'm like, you had more episodes, you could have given us it a little bit different. I appreciate it a little bit more now, but I also didn't like the thing, the way they kind of showed Hal with the ring at first. They kind of didn't explain certain things. I didn't like that we didn't see the bubble construction like that, that John makes. And I kind of at first didn't understand why Hal was being such a dick Like I get it now. Like, but on my
Mm-hmm.
first viewing, I was like, why is he such an asshole? Why is it
Yeah,
being
yeah,
like that to him?
yeah.
Why are we not seeing things? And then honestly, the fact that he never had gotten the ring and it still hasn't flown, that pissed me off in the first episode. I know we
Mm-hmm.
get more of the stuff later on the second episode, and again, I had to do a rewatch and then kind of go and find what the showrunners said about this to kind of get a better understanding. But those were my first complaints. I just didn't think at first it really kind of lined up to the comic books. And going back and checking, I kind of had to re-remember it, and it kind of made a little bit better sense then. So my negatives were just the way they're trying to retell this story and doing it in a different way, like Brian said earlier, didn't make sense at first. And they're leaving things out that I'm assuming now that they're going to give us later. But them leaving those things out kind of made me think like it was not aligned to the comics, the source material, and that they were kind of going off track. They didn't give us enough in that first episode, so that's why.
I completely understand that. What about you, Chris?
I would say I agree with a lot of that. The way I was going to put this is for being a non-linear show, when it's in the moment, it is very linear. I guess it's weird because you're like, okay, we're not telling the story in this way, but it's almost like when they get to the story and when they're in the moment, it can only go one direction. There's not that much mystery behind the mystery. The mystery is in the jumping around and what does this have to do with this over here that they told us. That's where the mystery isn't what's going on in the moment. We know there's manhunters involved now. We know about the stuff going on in this town. We're pretty sure we know who's involved and how they're involved. Maybe it won't be that way when we get there, but it feels very linear for having a lot of non-linear stuff going on. That's my big gripe with it right now.
Yeah, I'm with you, Chris. You kind of get like kind of sucked up into the moment and don't realize that they're kind of jumping around because I agree with you. It does feel very linear. That's a really good way to put it.
And that's just the thing I noticed. So that's the one thing I would put out there right now.
Anzo, you muted.
You muted, bro.
Shit, my bad. Chris, did you have anything else?
No, I'm going to leave it there because a lot of things have been said already, and I think
All right.
I don't disagree with anything that's been said really. So,
K-Dots?
But before you guys go, I got to bounce because I need to hit this. My spoiler kings because it's not.
Yeah.
So,
Shit,
yeah.
my bad. Go ahead, Brian. Take care. Have a good one.
Appreciate
give
you
us
guys.
give us your grade for the episode.
B-. It's a B-. I think it has an opportunity to get extra credit once we get to episode 2 and 3 and 4. Well, I see right now it's a B- with the opportunity
Okay.
to get a B+ later.
I got you. Peace out, Brian.
Later, guys.
Later.
Hey, Brian.
K-Dot, what about you? What's your negatives, K-Dot?
I mean, suit, a little different design for like house suit. I just wish it was a different design. It is green. I just wish it was a different design. That's it. They could have done something different. I understand the whole it's intentionally a disgruntled, lantern and he's worn down, but a different design would be better. And also, Kyle Chandler is old. He wasn't gonna get fit for that. But whatever. I kind of wanted them to come out the gate with action, like some hard hitting stuff. They have justified why it's not there yet. His ring is 100%. I expect more stronger constructs. And yep, I would prefer the show to take place in space, but also I thought too, like, okay, what type of space show did I want? Did I want him just solving a new crime every episode, or them staying focused on something for a bigger picture? Because like if y'all seen the Green Lantern 2011 animated show, it was always a big picture, like the Red Lanterns, but they were going to different planets and stuff. Me personally, I'm not making no excuse for it because it's like we're at a point where we can kind of make almost anything. So they could make it, but I understood why they tackled it this way because general audience, sadly, they're going to be the target audience. They're the primary target. So yeah.
What about? Yeah, go ahead.
But those are really my criticisms, just the aesthetic of it. Other than that, I'm sucked in. Like I love it. It's just the aesthetic. That's it. And just use brighter colors. Really.
Absolutely. What about you? And I'm gonna say something after that, so remind me about the costume that I heard a theory about that. But Warren, what about you? Did you have any negatives?
Oh yeah. First off, my biggest negative is they should have started on Oa. They should have not started here on
Uh,
on Earth. And now you might say, why that? Okay, we can see Evan Sur come to Earth. We didn't even see Evan Sur. We got him talked about. So
right,
you're saying this budget. We don't even see the guy that gives Hal his ring. Like that is
Mm-hmm.
important. That is the key. That is the biggest. That is a fixed point for Hal Jordan in some in most realities, right?
right.
So you got that. Then um, I know that we're in space. I personally, you guys have mentioned the Manhunters and going to Parallax. I think you need to start small if you want to go. I think you start with a guy like Hector Hammond. I don't think you start with a person like the Manhunters because the Manhunters are just robotic, galactic, galactic robotic androids that are policing. So I don't think you start with them. But that's my gripe. Okay, so those are my two biggest things. Like you should have shown Oa. You didn't have to show like a lot of lanterns, but you should have started off on Oa. I think they could have gone a different direction, starting with how they with these two iconic to me lanterns. So that's my biggest gripe, but that's the direction James Gunn wanted to go. And that's my biggest negative personally.
Uh, all
Mm.
right, I got you. I got you. All right,
Hey,
so let's get into
Lonzo,
yeah. Go ahead, Kadas.
I did want to bounce off Warren real quick. And this is what I
Yeah.
hope happens. Okay, because typically the Manhunters were the first version of the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah.
They were discontinued because they was killing too much organic life and they thought organic life was a threat. So if Zoe is the Manhunter, she's acting very much like human,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which goes against what the Manhunters are doing. So
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is what I think is probably happening too, because you're going around spreading, getting seeds. I think she's
That,
making more Manhunters
that's a good point. Now I'm gonna go
because
back
it's
and watch
like,
them because they did say how the Manhunters are supposed to act, right? So if
yeah.
you go back and watch it, you might be able to find clues of who the actual Manhunter is. That's interesting.
Oh,
Did,
and this is what I hope though, because I think all of us would want this, and it would please Warren too. When they get to the end of it and they reveal the Manhunter or more of them, more lanterns need to show up to come help them, or the Manhunter we fight, it's like a chaotic fight between Hal and the Manhunter, not no like small scale nonsense. It
But
has to be a large scale fight, like
like
level of Superman
I
versus
believe it will.
Superman,
Yeah.
hey,
like that
you
type of
even
thing.
you even elaborate on my point. That's why you need to show Oa in the beginning. That's why
mm,
you do need to show. Oh, I'm sorry, but you have to even if it's not you don't have to show the entire planet. You can show like a surface area. You can show like two lanterns, but you could have shown Oa. I'm sorry.
Mike said, Anzo, why do you platform these individuals that don't know nothing about comic books?
Oh
I
my
mean, they
God,
think
Mike,
that they put a picture of Kang as their avatar and they know comics and can disappear Asian women.
bro,
Wow.
Mike, I just snap my fingers and we don't even know you exist. So stop it, okay?
So, one of my negatives, and I think this was my main negative for, I think, this episode, was the father putting the apple on his guy's head and using the gun. I did not like that at all. I thought that was a bad look. You know what I mean? I get what they were doing, but you could have found a better way to try and instill no fear into John. Putting his life in danger like that, I don't know. I wasn't really too fond of that part.
I think though that Jen brought it up that it looked like this wasn't the first time,
Yeah.
mm,
and
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah,
therefore he had probably built up that no fear over time. So while yes, I get what you're saying, showing that because the kid doesn't flinch at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been through this before. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's more what they're trying to show is he is no longer afraid of anything by that point in
That's
his life.
right.
that's child abuse, bro. I'm sorry.
Word,
They
word.
literally just showed us some child abuse in there. Nah, man. We black people don't do that.
Oh,
We
hey,
don't,
hey,
we
whoa,
don't
whoa,
do
whoa, whoa, whoa.
that.
just don't say that
Maybe
too
the
loud, or we're gonna
military
start
dads do.
getting.
That's the thing. He's a
Listen,
military dad.
just don't say it too loud, or we're gonna start getting these parental warnings at the beginning of these damn things more than we already get.
We should have had a parental warning before we saw that shit. I hope there's no
Facts.
one going home being like,
I gotta try that with my
I'm gonna
son.
try that with my
Yeah.
son.
This is a
What
good.
the
This
fuck?
is a good disciplinary. This seems like the right way to go. Here, I'm gonna.
Facts. Facts. Do you
Especially if
guys
you have
think? Go ahead, Jen.
I was
No, go
saying,
ahead.
especially if you have a kid that you're trying to build up, like that maybe gets like bullied and picked on in school, which we know happens every day. I can't even imagine if somebody watches this and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna go try that. Maybe it'll like toughen up my son." What the fuck? Like I was like 15-minute trigger warning. That shit was rough. I was like,
Facts.
wow, you guys. I mean, I'm the only female here. Would any of you do that if whether or not you have a son? Doesn't matter. Would you do that with a child?
Facts.
I would have empty bullets, but that's just no bullets in the.
Blanks, you mean?
Well,
Yeah.
not have blank. Sorry, so I just
Mo- Monique said she was looking for CPS. Facts, 100%. And I'm hoping one of these episodes is dedicated to a team up with Gort and Chip. I don't even know who they are.
Alonzo, can you please ban Mike? Please ban.
One last thing I
Nobody wants to see a squirrel. Mike, this isn't
one.
meant for you.
Oh yeah, no, we ain't seeing that. One last thing I'll say about my negatives is I know it's the town. Jon Stewart is a superhero. I don't like the way they treating him. Not the way they treating him, but the way he's letting them treat him. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you can't tell me I can't come in. I am the one who is protecting this universe. If I want to come and see the crime scene because I think there's something involved in it, I'm gonna come see it. You can't tell me no. I just put a shield up, like move away. You know? That's why I kind of liked the Guy Gardner interpretation in Superman,
Thank you.
because he just didn't give a fuck. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm a
Oh,
Green Lantern, and
thank
I
you.
think that's one of the issues that I have with Hal is just like he's like doing all kinds of stuff. But
Thank you
other
for
than
agreeing
that,
with me. I appreciate that.
yeah, shut up. But other than that, Danny, your grades for this episode?
I'm gonna agree with Brian and give him a B minus. Also,
Mm-hmm.
correct me if I'm wrong, Jen. I thought in the comic books, and I know in the cartoon, the Green Lantern cartoon, the Manhunters were robotic. They weren't shapeshifters.
They are.
They're sentients.
Yeah,
So
they're
they're
Yeah, they're
like
sentient, but they were never.
robots.
it
The cartoon that came on the Green Lantern
made
cartoon,
it look more like it was robots,
they were
but in the
just robots.
comic,
They never shapeshift. The
right?
Martian Manhunter, he shapeshift,
Yeah, he shapeshifted,
but I've
and I
never
don't think
known
the
Yeah,
that.
show. Yeah,
and that's why I do have a theory.
you're right.
Because originally I got things mixed up because Manhunter is Martian Manhunter, but they're separate, right?
Yeah,
So the Manhunters, they basically had to be defected because they're too powerful to keep around and too dangerous to control. So I think this Manhunter is also probably like improving itself with DNA and stuff or whatever, like mixing and splicing DNA. But the shape shifting thing, I never heard of them doing this. This could be a new addition. I don't know, but I never really heard of this shape shifting.
Yeah,
Danny, Mike said you're correct, Danny.
I think they're adding that
yes.
on to,
I
I
think they're
guess, give it
trying.
another different level. But
Yeah.
I think people, when you hear Manhunt, I think people confuse him with Martian
Martian
Manhunter.
Manhunter.
Martian
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can
Manhunter.
shapeshift,
Right.
but the Manhunters were a robotic, sentient
Mm-hmm.
soldiers made by the Guardians.
The
And then
Guardians. Yeah.
then they went rogue for whatever reason.
Right. And I think they're trying to mesh those two because
Yeah.
again, they're trying to they only have so many episodes that they can give us all
Yeah.
the information in, and then they're trying to still appease to people that know the comic book. So I think they're taking both the Martian Manhunter and
Yeah.
Real Manhunters, they're kind of mushing it a little bit together.
I could be wrong, but I think it's the sheriff.
You think it's a sheriff? I don't know why. I mean, it could be her, but I think it's Zoe. I guess it could go either way, but I definitely think it's one of the
I
females.
think she's
don't
hiding
think
in
it's
plain
male.
sight because she's kind of playing on John's good side. Then she kind of, well, let me do all the talking. Let me do this. Let me do that. She's whenever she had him locked up, she let him go, and so I think she's trying to befriend him. But I think what was a movie where you played country dumb, and at the end you find out, oh, you really wasn't dumb. You were
Usual
right.
suspects.
Yeah,
Yep. That's
they make that
I
reference.
think that's what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, one of them makes a reference. I know we're not talking
Yeah.
about this one too, but he says, "What are you, Kaiser Soze?" And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
usual suspect,
Yeah.
classic."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hal
Yeah.
says it to John, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely got to be, in my opinion, it's one of the two females. Definitely can go either way
I
because
don't
look
think
at
it's
the
the cowboy.
reactions.
He's the obvious choice.
He's too
No,
obvious. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I agree.
I think yeah, the husband cowboy. You mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
I already said who I think it's gonna wind up being. I think he'll wind up being the Black Hand.
yeah, yeah. I
The
like
what?
that theory too. The
I
Black
think
Hand.
the Black Hand. I think after the Manhunters and he sees it, we'll still have to deal with Sinestro, but you're gonna have the Black Hand building while you still have Hal becoming Parallax, and I think that'll wind up going into season two.
And I'm
That
very
Black Hand.
curious, who is this man's benefactor? He keeps saying
Mm.
his benefactor, and then I can't talk
And
about it.
that's why
The Manhunter.
Danny, this is what I think. The benefactor is the Manhunter.
Yeah,
She
I'm saying,
she's in. He could be an alien too, but I
I
think
don't think so.
If Zoe's the Manhunter, she's just using because look, he's a Caucasian dude, small town, pretty rich,
I have a theory.
quiet, has a control on things. No one's going to mess with him, so she doesn't got to worry about that. Now she could have chose to live in the slums and hook up with some unstable person that cannot ensure secrecy.
but I thought she said he chose her. That's
No,
why
no,
she
no,
came.
no. That's what I'm saying. He probably did. Like she probably the manhunter probably is just like flirting and stuff and pretending like just trying to be human and do things to protect itself, such as get with someone who has power, influence, and can make some people hush if he wanted to.
I have a theory on the
Like,
benefactor
because
though.
I don't know what else is they're doing, but
Well, she has
I
to
don't know.
build an
Because
army.
Zoe is suspicious, and I think she's the Manhunter. And if it's the Manhunter and they're together, it makes sense that the Manhunter is providing this tech, or maybe creating this tech from its own body. I don't know.
It would be a good way for her to build an army because he already has like all these like cowboy yahoos with him. So
Yeah.
I could see
Uh,
her slowly turning, considering that she has an open relationship whenever the fuck she wants. You know what I
I,
mean? And I feel like that's for her to breed and make her army. I think that's what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
I
And
like
also,
that.
the husband too, right? He's he likes Hal because Hal's up there fighting aliens and stuff, and he has a problem with aliens coming down, but he's using
Right.
alien tech
Right.
Mm-hmm.
to detect aliens. But it's like, bro, Hal Jordan got it. He
Yeah, yeah.
what are you gonna do? You're that stuff is all intentional, and even in episode, can we post
You
from
could mention it,
episode,
but yeah, if you want to, you can mention it.
from
Yeah.
episode 2, the people that captured uh
John?
John.
John? I'm assuming they're alien. I think they're alien. They said there's some radiation around the town that's keeping them from getting in, or something. So, it's like I don't know. It's
We're gonna talk about who they are because there's a theory about who they are
the
Yeah.
when
theory.
we
Yeah.
do episode 2. It's
Yeah.
interesting. But Warren, you said you had a theory. What was your theory?
I think the benefactor could be Maxwell Lord, because James Gunn wants to tie it, and Maxwell Lord has a lot of pull in DC, and
Superman. Did he,
uh,
did he,
I mean, but that would make him kind of villainous though, because
but he's villainous.
the Justice Gang wasn't like villainous.
No, no,
And they
but
were like,
Maxwell Lord is always has his fingers in everything. So
no,
I
no, no.
would
I know. I'm saying because he's
he,
he's
he's the benefactor.
Benefactor of the
he's
Grand
the
Lanterns.
Justice Gang. He's a
Justice
benefactor
Gang,
of
yeah.
the Justice Gang too. And
Yeah.
they are like a. Oh, or are you saying like he doesn't? Or are you saying he doesn't care? He just cares about money.
He cares about
just works with
he
most
cares
people.
about being on top, and he cares about
Okay,
knowing
I can see
knowing
that. I
things.
can
So
see
that's
that.
why I'm saying Max. And if Gunn wants to keep it, Maxwell Lord is someone that has a lot of money and could do whatever he wants.
Well,
Yeah.
that would make sense
Oh,
if they're
yeah,
going to bring
it
in
does.
Guy Gardner.
Yeah,
Because
because
if they're
even
going to
Yeah.
bring in Guy Gardner, that would tie in Max Lord, and we know we're going to see Guy Gardner in this
Yes.
season. So that's actually pretty much tracks. I could see it definitely being. I didn't even think about that. It could
And,
definitely be Maxwell Lord
and
because that's how they'll bring in Guy Gardner.
even in Peacemaker season 2, like even when they were going through the heroes, Warren's right because he was disrespecting everybody coming through, like treating them like garbage. Even the girl that had the suit on, he was like, he was dogging out everybody that came through. Even made fun of Peacemaker. So I think Warren's right. Maxwell Lord could be the benefactor
Yeah.
because even in Superman, when he got on the news, he said both those political parties, everyone hates Lex. And it's like, well, that's the typical thing someone of that high status should say. To be fair, but we know he doesn't care.
Right.
He's a money guy. He's all he cares about is money. So
You gotta go, Chris.
Yeah, I gotta
right,
go.
sorry.
Give your
But
grade
yeah,
and good. Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a flat. I think B minus is where I'll go right now. Don't hate it. We're not talking the second episode, so second episode certainly helps. But no, I think it's a good start.
Absolutely.
When I saw the trailer, I'm like, okay, I'm interested, and then I'm still interested. So, yeah,
Yes.
that's what
All
I guess.
right.
So,
Thanks for
all right,
coming,
guys,
Chris. Appreciate it.
take it easy, guys. Peace out.
Jen, give us your grade.
I agree with Brian and Danny. When I thought it was a B minus, and again, I think it's got potential. I think it's setting things up. I think it's telling the story in a much different way in order to hook people from the 70s and 80s as well, and even the 90s, and the new generations that are coming up. So I'm gonna give it a B minus, but I think if they can make certain things that they mentioned kind of tie back in later on and make it a payoff so we have more of an explanation, I think the overall season will obviously be a higher grade, and it would make episode 1 have deeper meaning and make better sense. So as long as they can tie things back in and give us some things that we didn't get to see or weren't really clearly explained, I think it, like I said, it'll have much more better potential, and we'll understand it for the setup and the slow burn that it started with, like a pilot episode, like their first run. So I'm gonna go with a B minus just because I do have some gripes, but yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna be watching. So
Definitely. What about you, K-Dots? What's your grade for it?
For episode 1, I give it 8, between 8, 9 out of 10. It's not like a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10 is when we get to like some action packed episode with lore and everything. But
facts.
8, 9 out of 10 because the mystery, easy as hook. Got me. It's I want to keep watching it.
I got you. And what about you, Warren?
Grade. I give it a solid B. Just a
Okay.
solid B.
I'm gonna give it a solid B2 as well. Like I said, I didn't hate the episode, um, and we'll get into episode 2 later on. So I think episode 2 kind of makes it a little better, but I think episode 4 maybe, because I don't know how much flashback we're gonna get on John's story, if it's gonna be the whole episode or it's gonna be cut. I feel like because they've been cutting through timelines, we're probably gonna get that kind of a thing with the last episode. So. I mean the next episode, so that'll be interesting to see. So I'm gonna give it a B. But yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you all for popping in, much appreciated. We're gonna go around the panel one last time. Warren, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Nowhere but here.
And maybe not even there. K-Dots, where can they find you?
Um, you guys can find me at SSJ K-Dots Sanctum. I only have one channel right now. I will be making a second channel this week, but I'll talk about that later. But find me at SSJ K-Dots Sanctum. You're gonna have trouble finding my other social medias, but you'll find my YouTube there.
That's right. Jen, where can they find you?
I am 1/4 making videos with Nerdy AF, so find me on the Nerdy AF channel. I also guest host with Sci-Fi Vision and Real Cinema Therapy, which I'm about to jump over to now because we're breaking down Dead City. But first
Oh,
and
nice.
foremost, I break down Dead City first and foremost right here on Big Afford Entertainment with a bunch of other shows. And obviously, we're part of a nice community, like a little collective where there's Spoiler Kings, and we also, collab with Chaos Central and with Danny Road to Wisdom. So amazing guys that we have here, all kings.
And Jen, if you can, put your link for the channel you're going to be on in the chat so people
Oh,
can
yeah.
go over there and check it out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mr. Graham, where can they find you, sir?
Oh, you can find me everywhere, somewhere, nowhere. Mainly with Nzo. We stream several times a week. Hang out on Wednesdays, Sundays on Storms Live. And speaking of streaming, me, Nzo, and another individual we talk to just about every day, Fatal J. You all come together. We're doing a show. It comes out Friday, correct?
Yes.
At 8.
No,
called
Thursday. We're doing Thursday.
Thursday. Called Lords of the Live Stream. Intro's gonna be fire. Anzo made it. I'm not sure what we're gonna talk about. That's gonna be 8 o'clock Thursday. So tune in and check it out.
Absolutely. Make sure to check that out, guys. I appreciate all of you for coming in. Everybody that came in the chat, thank you. Monique, Mike, Tony, Collector Movie Man was here as well. We got Kenneth was in the house. Shifty Gism popped in. Tony, Lawrence, Tamika. Well, K-Dot's already on the chat. So, yeah, it seems like I got everybody. If I missed anybody, I do apologize, but I appreciate. Oh, Anik Jones was here too as well.
Mm.
Shifty Gism as well. Thank you guys for coming in. Make sure to stay tuned. Sean was also in the house too. We'll be back with another one. So, thank you all. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.